Have you ever stopped to think about how Yakult is made? That tiny bottle of fermented milk that feels more like a sip of a promise than a full drink. In Japan, it has become a part of the daily routine for millions of people. In Latin America, it has turned into a childhood memory. In Europe, it's found in supermarkets next to yogurts and cheeses. And in Asia, it's so popular that there's even a door-to-door delivery service carried out exclusively by women known as Yakult ladies, a cultural icon in countries like Japan, the Philippines, and Indonesia. The fact is, whether in Tokyo, São Paulo, Paris, or Mexico City, this little bottle has crossed borders and generations, carrying with it a scientific secret and industrial engineering of the highest level. Yakult was born in the early 20th century, when Japanese scientist Minoru Shirota isolated a unique strain of bacteria called Lactobacillus casei shirota. Unlike other lactobacilli, this strain had the remarkable ability to survive the stomach's harsh environment and reach the intestine alive, where it could help strengthen the gut flora, aid digestion, and stimulate the immune system. Back in the 1930s, this was groundbreaking. Shirota believed that a balanced diet, combined with the daily intake of this bacterium, could prevent disease and improve people's quality of life. That's how not just a drink was born, but a genuine movement for preventive health that still guides the brand's philosophy today. But behind that seemingly simple bottle lies an industrial process that's nothing short of impressive. It all begins in Yakult laboratories around the world, where the original strain of the lactobacillus is preserved under extremely controlled conditions. This lineage is cultivated like a biological treasure, kept far from any risk of mutation. From it, new cultures are multiplied and sent to factories that follow strict biosafety protocols. It's almost as if each unit of Yakult were the result of a scientific operation worthy of science fiction. Only it's carried out daily on a global scale. The fermentation process is the heart of production. In giant stainless steel tanks, skim milk mixed with glucose serves as food for the lactobacilli. For approximately 72 hours, the bacteria multiply at temperatures ranging from 37 to 39 degrees Celsius. The result is a true microbiological explosion. Each bottle contains about 10 billion live lactobacilli. To put that into perspective, it's like an invisible army ready to act inside your body with every sip. And none of this happens without technological supervision. Sensors monitor the acidity, temperature, and density of the liquid in real time, ensuring that each batch is identical to the last, whether produced in Brazil, France, or Indonesia. When fermentation reaches the exact point, a strict quality control process kicks in. Samples are taken at different stages and analyzed in internal labs. Any deviation, no matter how small, can lead to the disposal of an entire batch. This is why Yakult maintains a reputation for worldwide standardization. You can drink a bottle in Tokyo or in Buenos Aires and notice the same taste, the same texture, the same experience. That consistency is no coincidence. It's the result of international protocols followed to the letter in every factory. The next step is perhaps the most hypnotic: packaging. Contrary to popular belief, the bottles don't arrive at the factories ready-made. They're molded right there from polypropylene, using machines capable of producing hundreds of units per minute. Immediately afterward, they pass through fully automated filling lines, where they're filled with the fermented liquid and sealed with the aluminum caps that have become a trademark. No human hand touches the product until it's ready for transport. This guarantees not only hygiene, but also a level of sterility that impresses even food engineering experts. Distribution is another crucial point. The live bacteria in Yakult are extremely sensitive to temperature variations. That's why the entire logistics chain is planned as if transporting biological material. Refrigerated trucks, climate-controlled warehouses, and even retail points with specific refrigeration are all part of this global operation. In some countries like Japan and South Korea, the product reaches homes through the hands of the Yakult ladies, who don't just deliver, but build community bonds with customers. In other markets like Europe and Latin America, distribution happens through supermarkets, pharmacies, and even digital subscription systems that regularly deliver the product to customers' homes. And it doesn't stop there. The scale of production is gigantic. In Brazil, just the factory in Lorena, São Paulo, produces over 2.5 million bottles per day. In Japan, where it all started, that number is even higher, with production centers supplying not only the domestic market, but also exporting to neighboring countries. Globally, it's estimated that billions of units are consumed every year. It's an empire built on an idea of just 65 milliliters. A product small in size but enormous in cultural, scientific and economic relevance. What's most curious is that even with all this technological advancement, the essence remains the same since the 1930s. A simple, sweet drink consumed in seconds, but that carries decades of research and innovation. For many, it's just a nostalgic childhood memory. For others, it's part of a daily health habit. But in every corner of the planet, Yakult remains that mysterious little bottle that sparks memories, fuels debates over its price versus size, and above all, connects people through a shared experience. So now the question is, are you on the team that savors every sip slowly, almost like a ritual, or the team that drinks it all at once and already misses it as soon as it's gone? And looking at everything behind that little bottle, science, logistics, technology, and culture, do you think it's worth the price? Tell us in the comments, because this conversation, just like Yakult, is universal.